On this morning, everybody. It's Saturday morning, about 9 o'clock. Sorry I don't have my glasses and my shirt. I got the hat though. I'm gonna be working on something today. I bought a kit for this truck here, and I've done a lot of lift kits, but this time I'm gonna do it different. I think I'm going to follow the instructions to see how much easier it is, instead of just knowing where stuff goes and doing it that way, because that's normally the way I do it. I know where everything goes. I'm gonna follow the instructions. I'm gonna see if the steps they give me makes it any easier. So today we're at the my place of work. I'm not at my place, and I opened the box to this lift, and it looks like it hit some bumps along the road, because there's like stuff everywhere. And then the instructions kind of look like they went through a war zone themselves. But you know what? It's pretty heavy freight and stuff happens, so I understand. I did go through the box. All the parts are there, so that's all that matters, I guess, right? So I got the truck all jacked up. And, you know, I was reading the instructions. It's not even telling me to take the wheels off, which I'm gonna. But I'm going to leave them on for now until I get to a certain point. We have to undo the radius arms underneath the truck. And if I'm going to undo those under there, I want to make sure the wheels stay on for now. Just so, you know, I don't have any axle droppage or anything like that. And as far as the work conditions, I'm doing this like most all of us do, guys. You know, with some jacks and working on the floor. It's not a big deal. I've done it a lot. I've had some places where I've been where I had lifts available, car lifts, truck lifts, whatever. It's all the same. I mean, working on the floor gets old after a while, but I just want to get it done. And here at the shop, we do have a lift here at the shop, and that is in this giant box that you see right here. And as you can see, I'm not using that lift today because that's probably going to be a project in itself. That's a 27-foot heavy-duty bend pack lift, and we're going to set it up in the shop. Obviously, I'm not going to wait to do this kit for that lift, because I gotta get my vehicle situated so I can go ahead and move on with my life with other projects I got going on. So I'm going to install this, and I just figured I'd bring you along with me and let you see what's going on. It is it's a 3.5 inch lift. I did get a leveling kit for it, and then once I seen the leveling kit and I looked at the truck, and I was like, you know, I put a snowplow on it. The leveling kit's just gonna make it like factory ride. I don't want to go all crazy and get a stupid monster lift. I'm not sure what the 3.5 is gonna look like, but my old truck does have a 2.5, and that's reasonable. So let's see what the 3.5 does. So the first part of my project here is I'm going to get all the tools out that I need, so I'm not running back and forth the toolbox, because that's what takes the longest. Other than that, this is pretty easy. And I'll let you follow along if you're interested. Check it out, and let's see if we can get this this mess out of this box and get it installed on this vehicle. All right, so right off the get-go, as everything gets started, I grab my cordless impact, and of course the battery's dead. It was just charged, but it's been cold out and it's been sitting in my other truck, so it's gonna be dead. I'm gonna get under here and I'm gonna undo these radius arms right there. You see the bolts right there. We got to drop those down. We have drop down brackets that attach to the frame and drop your radius arm down to keep your front end geometry squared away when you do lift the truck. So that's the first step I'm going to do, and I'm going to, oh, where's my hat? Took my hat off. I already had to lose my sweatshirt. I'm not in a hurry. I'm taking my time doing this like it's a Saturday, and I'm not rushing through this, so it's not a big deal. I just do it as I go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end up moving the camera around so you guys can see what I'm doing. Maybe there'll be some narration, maybe there won't. And I'll do some time lapse and take you guys along with me when we get to a point where there's information I think you should have or need or want, I will come back and talk to you a little bit. All right, let's go. I got 87 hammers laying around here, but never find the one I'm looking for. There goes that bracket I was talking about. Alright. She's got a little tension on her now, so more tension than it did have. But might have some clearance. Sorry about that. I'm going to want to find my rubber mallet. Alright, I got one hole lined up. Let's go ahead and put this in here. I'm interested to know if these crush washers are just going to fall in where they need to be. Yeah, they're these crush sleeves. Oh yeah, they're pretty good, I figured it'd be a little tight, but they slide in. You slide them up from the bottom, where this bracket's wider on the bottom than it is the top. And we put our bolt through there. We're going to use our hand for a hammer, because that's what we do. I gotta tell you, I'm getting very aggravated with the water. I already took a shower this morning, and it just keeps dripping on my head. Here, we're gonna throw a washer on the other side. I'm gonna block this water drip with my hand, so I'm dripping my face while I'm laying under here. Oh, now it's gonna drip over here in my ear. Don't worry, guys. By the time I'm done, this thing will be all dried out in here. Alright, so we got that bolt in. Now we gotta get this back one in. We're gonna do a little bit of tappy tap. Little tappy tap, get you lined up. Nice and lined up. Before we put that in there, we gotta throw our other crush sleeve in right here. Put that up in there. Oh, that one's nice. Oh, it slides right in there. No prying. This is probably, you might have seen it at the beginning, but this is a Ready Lift kit, and Ready Lift does a good job. I've never had a bad product from them. I know there's tons of people out there, but I've never had a bad Ready Lift product. Sorry, I'm just looking at the bottom of the truck here. It looks pretty nice. I haven't spent much time under it, but yeah, I just got it. All right, so what I'm going to do, we're going to move the other side now where it's not raining as hard. We're going to throw the other bracket on the other side, and I'm hoping I don't have to move that. I'm hoping it's down enough. Maybe not. We'll throw that guy over there just in case. So let's get moved over to the other side. Alright, now we're on the passenger side of the vehicle, and I can't wait. I was just thinking as I was moving everything over, I can't wait to hear the comments about the people that's done this before, that know so much more than I do and know that I'm doing it all wrong. But you know what? I'm doing it the way I'm doing it. You do it the way you want to do it, if there is any of those people. And this isn't my first rodeo, so you can save it. Should I put the bend pack lift together today and do this next week? Probably. Am I gonna? No. This is not a monster lift kit install. This is pretty much a basic lift kit. So it's not major surgery. Alright, so I threw the first bolt in just to get everything lined up. I'll put the second one in with my crush sleeve. I'll get my hand in there. I give these, I watch a lot of YouTube. I see a lot of, everybody watches YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTubers, working on stuff. And I gotta tell you, man, the filming of the work and setting everything up and just getting everything staged, hats off to you guys, like I keep saying, because it's not easy. You gotta think 13 steps ahead before you do anything. I'm not looking to be a major YouTube star, so I'm just looking to put some information out there, and you can watch what I do if you're interested. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I got my hardware, I got my crush sleeves, I got my brackets on both sides. I'm not going to tighten anything yet. I'm not going to tighten anything till the final end. I'm just going to leave everything loose so the truck can settle. When I let it down and it settles, I'll come back and I'll tighten it. I want it to settle with tension on the front end and on the springs. I want them to be where they're happy before I tighten anything down. But I am going to remove my board over there and try and get this to go up. Actually, if I just knock that board out, these should go up close enough to where I could be able to get them in the hole. So we're going to go ahead and put these bolts in now. I'm going to go to the other side and knock that wood out, because I'm not sliding underneath to do it, because I'm the one here at the shop right now, and safety first, because I don't want this, bad enough it's a Ford, I don't want it sitting on my chest. Hi-ya! Look at that. Nice. Alright. So, see how easy those move? They move pretty easy. We're off. My hole on my arms are here. The hole I need to go through is here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let this floor jack down a little bit that I have on my pumpkin. And I'm going to see if it puts that arm back a little bit. If it doesn't, I'll jack it back up. I'll remove either this one or this one, and I'll just roll the bracket. I'll put the bolt in, and then I'll fight with that instead of fighting with this. Seen her roll back a little bit. She's got some tension on her now. Probably get me a bar. Not go to the bar, get a bar. You got anything to pry on here? Not really. Nothing really to pry on, but definitely plenty of things to get your bar stuck in. We can get her down. Yeah, see? That's what happens on these big jobs. Get your bar stuck. Guess what? Meet my little friend, bar releaser. I'm gonna need a drift. I'm gonna have to catch that hole. This isn't gonna go amazingly easy. It's gonna challenge me a little bit. I could pull back on the wheel. I don't have enough hands. I only got two. I need three. Now a little more technical information for you. You can see I'm trying to line this hole up, okay? And I can move it up and down with my bar. If it was just me and I couldn't figure out how to get it to go back, another reason to leave the tires on is it'll give me leverage. So I could go ahead and I could put a little strap around one of them spokes in that wheel, and I could probably just hook the other end of the strap to the running board, because it's not going to take a lot, and you could ratchet that back to where you need it, because I can pretty much pull the wheel by hand and move that arm. But like I said, you know, one guy's garage. This is how we're gonna do it. Now I'm gonna use drift punch because, well, that's what I know. But you know, I could always throw a strap on it. Actually, I might have to, because you know, I'm giving you tech tips, and I might have to do it myself. I can't get my drift in there. There we go. We got her. Looks like a thing now. Walk her through. Tension off that thing, she'll walk right in probably. Could bang her through, but I don't want to mar up the threads. Nobody likes thread marring. Where exactly did my socket go? There. Hang on, people. This is the part where you got to chase tools back and forth. One side of the shop to the other. See if the old Earthquake XT is charged up enough. You don't have to use that air gun. Listen to that compressor. That wouldn't be good on camera. I mean, it's on the other side of the shop, but it's still going to be annoying. Socket go over there because we're going to need it over there. Roll it through the water. Because you know this is the only place where water is, where I'm laying. Nut started. Relocate all the tools over there. Like I said, I'm not tightening nothing right now. I'm going to tighten it up at the end. That's a strong magnet on that bad boy. You know, there's something said about working on the floor. You get a lot of exercise. You get dirty? Yeah. Do you get annoyed? Yeah. But you also get a lot of exercise. And if you're wondering why I'm carrying my phone around everywhere I go, it's because I know where the camera's looking. So I'm not that skilled yet. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this side in. time lapse. Now we're going to go ahead and we have to remove our brake line bracket, get all these loosened up so when we do drop the front end, we're not ripping lines and hoses off. Sway bar, I'll undo that. I'll undo the brake lines. The shock bolt I'll pull out because we have parts to go on that. And then ultimately we want this to drop down so we can put our spring spacer up top, which you can't see because it's hard to set the camera up. I was going to stick it to the inner fender well, or the lip of the fender, but I happen to forget. I'd love to have the radio on right now, but you know, can't do that when you're recording, apparently. YouTube doesn't like it. And I think it's more important for me to make this video as I go along, just to show anybody that's interested in the ready lift on a 1-ton F350 8-foot box, because that matters if you have a 2-piece drive shaft or a 1. You know, this isn't professional studio. A lot of places I went online just to see what was. I've done lift kits before, and but I just want to see what was involved, how long I could give myself, and what I figured it's going to take me. So far, I got probably 2.5 hours involved, and we're almost done with the front end, so it's pretty simple. And if I go to look for a video, it's, you know, professional studio, and bam, 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 10 minutes, they got the truck done. It's not real life, you know, so I'm making real life video. So, yeah, and working on a floor, no lift, no sponsors, you know, the whole whatever. So as I'm buttoning this back up, a couple things. You might be too far away. Maybe not. Maybe you are. I don't know. Brake line bracket relocation. They want you to use this plus this bracket. Okay. There's two of them, one for the driver's side, one for the passenger side. And this is, you know, going to go on here like this. I'm not using these because I'm not breaking this brake line in half to, you know, I'm not going to undo it and have to bleed my fucking brake. Oh, sorry about that. Bleed my brakes just to change a bracket. This bracket's good. I still got slack here. I got slack here. I'm pretty good. And that bracket's going to make me want to bend this metal line more, and I've already tweaked it enough. I don't really want to tweak it anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and not use those brackets. Turns out if there's a problem, then we'll have to put them on, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. Because we have plenty of travel here in our hoses and ABS sensors. I'm not going to be hitting any sick jumps, so I'm not worried about extension. Plus, the shock's not going to let you go that far anyway. The other thing is my sway bar that I'm going to put on. They give you blocks to go between the frame and the sway bar bracket. I got to put those on yet, so I'm not going to attach the sway bar just right yet. I am going to do the shock. I'm going to tighten that up, which is probably going to be painful because this is pretty much hand work with a ratchet, because I can't, even with a swivel, I can't get on it. This shock bracket, and you can't see it, and I probably can't get you to it because if I do, the camera will come unplugged and stop charging. Then you won't be able to see anything. I won't be recording. put this lower bracket right here. Let me get the useless light in here. This bracket that extends your shock, it really, you tighten the bolt to make this straight up and down, but there's really no locking mechanism to keep it straight up and down. So if this bottom bolt was to loosen up, this bracket's going to fold forward or backward. I could see a little tack weld right here, to be honest with you. I think I might do that. Not right at the moment, but I believe I might put a little tack along here to make sure this bracket stays straight up and down, so my shock stays straight up and down. Because my old truck had what they call a death wobble, and I'm not interested in this truck doing that at all, ever, because that's terrible. But yeah, that's the shock bracket extension that you want to use with the kit, unless you want to buy bigger shocks. I could always buy taller shocks later on down the road, I guess. That is an option. But for now, we're just going to put that on there like they say. Tighten her up. When you do these kits, or you do any kind of suspension work to your vehicle, you're going to want to come back a day or two later, and you're going to want to re-nut and bolt, make sure all your nuts and bolts are tight, because stuff can loosen up, it's going to move. That's pretty much a guarantee. And once again, I have all the wrenches except for the one I need for the new hardware. Nobody wants bolts loosened up while you're driving down the road, that's for sure. Okay. What are the chances of having the right size socket over here to whip these bolts off? Well, the chances, well, they're slim to none. That's what they are. So I could just stop talking about it and just go get the right one, because you know I don't have it. Once again, I said I was going to get all my tools ready and together, and well, that didn't work. Here. Be nice to have a tool cart behind me, but the box is way over yonder. Someday I'll have a shop that's all set up. Granted, I'll probably be too old to work in it, but I'll have one. Because my knees will be shot from doing this all my life. You know, everything's not perfect, right? Everything's not a TV show. Everything's not Hot Rod Magazine. That kills me. Building race cars in a half hour. Really? Apparently they've never had to build a real race car in a real garage out behind your house. Because it takes a little longer than a half hour. And the main reason it takes longer is because, well, the project's got to sit for a couple months so you can get more money together to buy more parts. So it's a little different. You have big time sponsors. I think that's part of the fun, though. You struggle to get parts and pieces and put money together to build a project. It's all part of the experience. Would I like tons of money just to do it? Yeah, I sure would. Hell, I'd like enough money to buy a new camera. Okay, so now we have the sway bar bracket spacer. So I do believe because of that we're not going to be using these. These are the factory bolts. They kind of clip up here in the frame. I'm going to take them right out because I don't think we're using those. They should give us new hardware for those. So let me go look in the box, see what I can find over here. Well, turns out they do give you new hardware, but you're going to have to use the factory ones to secure the top. And which side's which? Now, I could go over and look at the instructions. That's no fun. That's cheating. You go over and look at the instructions. That's cheating. This is how you learn. This is how you learn things. It's like a puzzle. I hate puzzles. The hardest part about this whole job is probably going to be the stupid stuff like this right here. Dumb clips. The little parts you don't even think is going to be an issue, that's usually the issue. Now, the way I see it, we're going to be able to put these on here. I didn't think that was the right one. Where is the right one? Well, that's another question. You know, I had them both in my hand. This is the other thing you don't see on TV. When you misplace a bolt, you don't know where it is. That's real shop stuff right there. This right here is when they break to commercial, I think. You know, we're gonna go to commercial. It's time for a commercial. Because I put my nut down and I can't find it. That's real shop stuff. Alright, I'm gonna get these started. Okay, I got them started. Now we're going to get our hardware bag, which looks to be 1.5 inches, 1 3/4 inches, 7/16 hardware, possibly. I'm going to put these on and tighten these up first. Get myself 4 washers, 2 bolts, and 2 nuts. Set those aside because, you know, we're all nice and organized here on the floor. I should get my stool. I should go sit on my stool. I don't know why I don't have it. So I'm going to put these on before I tighten up the top ones, because if I tighten up the top ones, I'm going to have those studs in my way. And I'm going to grab my creeper before I do that. Once again, I need a different size socket and wrench. How many times do I have to go through this? Man, I'll tell you what. What do you mean? Camera battery low. You should be charging. Oh. It says it's charging. Well, must be time for a commercial break. All right, guys, we'll be back. So after about 20 minutes of saying this should be easy, well, a couple things. First, I forgot about the part where this truck has aftermarket airbags, which is good. Aftermarket airbags are a good thing. The part I didn't think about was the airbags are kind of going to be trapping the U-bolts underneath the bracket, so I got to undo those. And then, you know, bolts are breaking there because apparently it's not good hardware or something. Then once I get under here and I undo the U-bolts for the axle, we got these spacers on here. I believe these spacers are an afterthought. Now I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure in late 21 to 2022, Ford sent out a tech service bulletin or a recall that Dana, who makes the axles, they used a different tubing for their axle, and it was actually crushing between the U-bolt and the spring. So that was a tech service bulletin. Now, there was two things you could do. You could either A, take your truck back to Ford and there put a different axle in it with the good Dana housings, different material. I guess their material supplier, they didn't have their regular material supplier from what I understand and remember. So it was a thinner wall tube and it wasn't as strong, and it was actually crushing the tube and the axle would wear through and start leaking oil. So you could either get a new axle installed, or they had what they called weldments, and this was a different type of hanger plate, and I believe that's what these spacers are. I could be wrong, but I think that's what these are. So yeah, we're struggling a little bit. I broke this bolt off for the airbag. Not a big deal. I gotta fix that. But just to get these U-bolts out, these airbags got to be out of the way, and that was my first problem. Second problem is I can't get these off. So we might have to go and we might have to get the cutting wheel. I might have to cut the U-bolts or get my favorite oxygen powered crescent wrench and get them off that way. So yeah, if you're wondering, you know, I did turn the camera off so you didn't see the time lapse, but it's been a minute, so that's where we're at now, and I'm gonna keep plugging away at it, and I don't want to bore you with that, so I'll be back to you. Yeah, that was pretty noisy. That's why I had to turn that camera off. Got my bolts lubed up for the airbag brackets. Let's see if they go back together the way they should. That'd be great. They bolt these down to the spring. They mount on the frame. They bolt down to the spring in case you're not aired up. I don't think they want them to get all cattywampus. I think they want them to stay attached to springs, so they stay lined up. I don't think you want your airbag flying into your tire going down the road. Yep. Good exercise laying on your back. At least you got a concrete floor. Some people don't have that. I used to be that guy. So if you're watching, and you're like, I don't know why you're complaining, at least you're on concrete. I know, I've been there. Yeah, I should probably slide in front of the tire to put these ones in. But I just adjusted the light, because I'm like, I gotta get this light out of my face. Everywhere I go, the light's in my face. I figured I'd lay back here and do it, but you know what? It looks like I'm gonna have the light in my face again. Also, I gave up on the creeper because that thing makes more noise than needs to be made. And I just committed my work shirt to be my work shirt. That's how we're going to work this. Just slide around on the floor. Well, here's the problem. I can't get these bolts in because of the bracket up top. Just a little bit, not enough room there to zig and zag. So I got to loose these back up a little bit. So when we get to the other side, make sure you remind me to put these in before I tighten the other ones down. I appreciate it. They got holes with little slide slots, so you put them in the hole and then you slide them over to where they're supposed to be. And if I tighten the other ones like I did, I can't move the plate to slide the bolt in place. So make sure you remind me on the other side to do that. Yeah. I broke a bolt on the other side. I'm going to have to find a bolt. We do have a drawer full of hardware over there, so I should have something that works. I should have a carriage bolt. That'd be swell. I've cut a lot of this video out as far as turn the camera on, stop recording, start recording. I had some battery issues until I got the camera charged up. But there's a lot of things that are boring, and I don't want to bore you with stuff that nobody likes that. Probably boring you right now. All right. I tell you, it wouldn't have been boring if the camera was rolling when I got that spark in my ear. Boy, that made me do some dancing. I didn't like it. All right, I think this side's good. We got to switch over to the other side now. Start all over again. I'm gonna switch all my tools over there. I didn't have to undo the shock either. I left the shock connected while I did this. So it helped the axle in case it was decided it wanted to take off on me. It couldn't. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into time lapse, and we're going to probably have to cut this side off too, I imagine. So let's get her done. Almost home. Okay, guys, well, here's the truck outside after it's finished. 3.5-inch lift on a 2022 1-ton Ford. Sorry about all the I'm missing files. The camera kept going dead. I'm working on it, but hopefully there's some information in here you can use, and I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you.